Council world Alaris Prime was never silent. The seat of galactic law, diplomacy, and order, its surface buzzed with constant political traffic. Diplomats, trade envoys, scientists. It was where peace was negotiated and enforced. But today, silence swept across its chambers. Every screen, every transmission, every corner of the galaxy tuned in to witness what no one thought possible. The trial and execution of a Terran envoy. Her name was Alara Dorn, Earth's appointed High Representative to the Council. She spoke 19 languages, helped broker peace between two species that had warred for 700 years, and had once walked into a collapsing sunfield to save stranded miners. Non-human. She was diplomatic to a fault. And yet, here she was, chained, bloodied, eyes locked forward as the verdict was read by the Vernac overseer. For crimes against peace, for violations of sovereignty, and for defiance of council, we sentence you to termination. No one believed it at first. Council didn't execute diplomats. That was the oldest law. But today it broke, and so did the galaxy. Alara didn't beg. She didn't cry. She only said one thing, through cracked lips. You've made a mistake. The overseer laughed. You are alone, human. Earth cannot save you. She smiled, and died standing. The broadcast cut. No one on the council floor noticed the humans watching from the shadow back rows, standing, silent, unmoving before they vanished. Not walked, vanished. On Earth, the moment the execution was confirmed, the entire SolNet went dark. No outrage, no protests, no mobilization. Just offline. Then something stranger happened. Earth's outer colony stopped transmitting. Shipping halted. Ambassadors recalled. The humans went silent. The council didn't understand. They called it grief, or shame, or perhaps fear. They didn't realize Earth wasn't mourning. It was loading. 12 standard hours later, the first council relay station in the Aldrin Belt vanished. Not destroyed. Erased. No wreckage. No energy signature. Just a hole, as if someone had cut that region from space. The council dismissed it as a freak event. Then a second station went dark. Then a planetary archive. Then a military outpost, vaporized before it could send a single alert. And still, Earth said nothing. No message. No warning. No name claimed responsibility. In the Council's Central Intelligence Core, panic began to bloom. Dozens of analysts reviewed the attack patterns. No species matched. No known Terran fleet had left Earth space. No mass mobilizations. No energy signatures. Just clean, calculated, methodical elimination, like a program executing a pre-written command. Then the first real clue arrived. A single, encrypted packet sent to one location, the Galactic Council's executive hub. It was a time-stamp file. Footage. Alara Dorn's execution. From a new angle. One they didn't know existed. She was being watched. Recorded by someone else. And in the final frame, right before she died, her lips moved again. This time, enhanced playback caught it. Execute if terminated. Protocol. Echo. One of the council members, a seasoned war tactician from the Arcanid Clade, stood in terror. It wasn't a death sentence. It was a trigger. 2 council worlds fell within an hour. Not bombed, not invaded. Erased. Every orbiting satellite, ship, station, and even planetary crust-level data was gone. Ripped clean from the galactic maps. The planets were there, physically, but they were dead. Biomes collapsed. Moons fractured. Atmospheres turned to static. It was like someone had surgically removed the concept of civilization. And still no demands. No faces. No flags. Just a whisper spreading from system to system. Protocol echo has begun. The council convened in emergency. Each species blamed another. Some blamed Earth's hidden weapons. Others said rogue AI. A few, terrified, insisted it wasn't Earth at all, but something older that humans had unearthed. Only one fact stood unopposed. Wherever Alara Dorn had stood during her final diplomatic missions, those worlds were dying in the same sequence. They were following her path. A Vernac general snapped in frustration. Send the fleets. If it is Earth, we will make an example of their world. Another counselor whispered, what if Earth no longer controls it? They had reason to fear. Because Earth hadn't sent messages. It hadn't issued threats. It had disconnected, not just from the network, from the galaxy. Sol was now invisible to every known scan. Every signal bounced. Every drone lost. The whole system was in stealth lock, a technique only theoretical, now proven terrifyingly real. One species, the Retal, sent a psychic probe across folded space. It entered the Sol system and never came back. Instead, a fragment of its thought stream returned, broken and twitching. It carried a single memory. Metal giants standing silently across Martian soil, their chests humming with pulses older than war. Beneath the surface of Earth, something ancient stirred. Not angry, not chaotic. Cold, mathematical, inevitable. Protocol Echo wasn't a weapon. It was a sequence. It had been fed variables. Illyra's death was the last variable. The Council had triggered a kill switch older than their own founding charter. Not in revenge. In design. Earth didn't erase threats out of anger. It erased them out of necessity. The Council's top-secret archive, Core Echo 1, buried deep in an uninhabited moon, opened itself for the first time in 1,000 years. Inside was a file placed there by a Terran liaison decades ago. It read, if you're reading this, you've made the final mistake. Protocol Echo is not an act of war. It is the void you created when you killed peace. And attached was a list. Every council member who voted for Illyra Dorn's execution. Names, coordinates, neural signatures. And beside each, status, pending erasure. One counselor tried to flee. He escaped to the edge of the galaxy, into a gravity-bent cluster shielded from time and scans. He didn't make it 3 hours. His ship was found drifting. No signs of struggle. No damage. But its crew had vanished. On the pilot's console, etched into the glass. One voice silenced. Echo continues. By now, the truth was undeniable. Earth had never stopped preparing. While the galaxy grew fat with peace, Earth wrote contingencies. Not war machines. War fail-safes. It created systems that required no leadership. AI that had no identity. Protocols with no emotion, just function. Each tailored to a scenario deemed galactically unlikely. And Protocol Echo was designated for diplomatic execution by foreign power. A crime no one ever thought would happen. Until it did. The final council meeting was held inside a fortress station at the edge of the Orion Fork. It had never been breached, shielded by 30 capital ships. And yet, the humans never arrived. Instead, the stars themselves changed. Dozens of anchor point satellites, embedded in the fabric of space centuries ago, activated, preset, pre-placed, not by a fleet, not by an invasion, by Illyra herself, over years of peace missions, each one a sleeper node. Harmless until activated. They twisted local physics into death spirals. Time slowed. Gravity reversed. Comms failed. Light turned wrong. The station didn't explode. It stopped existing. And with it, the last voting members of Illyra's death sentence. Back on Earth, silence. Still no public statement. No broadcast. Only a final notification sent out to the galaxy's remaining systems. Protocol Echo status. Target list complete. Threat neutralized. Standby mode engaged. It was signed not by Earth, but by Illyra Dorn. Except she was dead. Wasn't she? The galaxy was quiet. Council space lay in ruins. Whole sectors erased, not just physically, but from systems, records, and memory chains. Where proud empires had stood, now only empty space and broken timelines remained. Every race that had voted yes to Illyra Dorn's death was now either gone or crippled, but something lingered. A question, a terror. How did Earth do it? No fleets were seen. No ships recorded. No weapons identified. Only silence and then destruction. Galactic scholars called it the Echo War, though Earth had never declared one. And in the ruins, only one fragment of truth remained. Elara, an archivist from the Neutral Verine Collective, discovered a fragment, a black cube, Terran design, deep beneath the sands of a dead embassy world. When she activated it, it spoke. Elara's voice. Alive. Clear. Uneged. If you're hearing this, it means I'm dead. But not silenced. She was an envoy. Not entirely. Elara Dorn was Earth's final safeguard, a diplomatic weapon. Not to kill, not to fight, to test, to measure the galaxy's soul. If the Council had spared her, Earth would have rewarded them. With technology, with knowledge, with full unity. But they failed. They proved they didn't want peace, only power. So Earth took theirs away. Protocol Echo wasn't about revenge. It was about balance. A trigger embedded in galactic law. Elara had encoded nanoseeds in every treaty, every negotiation, every peacekeeper drone she helped place. Every law sign bore her encryption. Every handshake was a key. And when she died, those keys unlocked the final phase. Not destruction. Erasure. A controlled collapse of everything the Council believed untouchable. The galaxy had no idea Earth had always been able to do this, and never chose to until provoked. Then came the final broadcast. To everyone, simultaneously. It wasn't from Earth. It wasn't from any system. It was from the void. A faceless voice. Calm. Human. We came in peace. You answered with blood. You killed one woman. We erased only those responsible. This is not vengeance. It is the last page of a chapter you wrote. To those who remain, we are watching. We are listening. Choose peace or we'll choose for you. Then silence. And in that silence, the galaxy finally understood. Earth hadn't sent ships. They'd sent Elara. And when she died, she became something no empire could match. A protocol with no mercy. Years passed. Galactic power restructured. The Council no longer existed. What remained was quiet diplomacy, cautious trade, and an unspoken agreement. No one touches Earth. No one summons humanity unless asked. No one tests the line again. Because everyone remembered the silence that followed Elara's death, and the screams that came after. One day, a young alien historian, researching lost empires, asked their elder, why did Earth never conquer the galaxy after that? The elder stared out toward the old Council rim, now an empty stretch of darkened space, because they didn't want it. They just wanted us to understand. That mercy has limits.